Okay, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out of animate mode, go back to design. And for this group, what we're gonna do is we are essentially going to rotate it as all of the ellipses move. So I lied, we do not need to be in design, but I do want to rename this. So I'm just gonna say this is the main group. And then go to animate. And then what I would like to do is basically have it complete this loop twice. So there should be a loop that goes around twice, but the second loop should start from the bottom. So the first thing that we can do is we can select all of these keyframes, hit Control C, and then have there be like a slight little bit of a pause, maybe a 5-second delay, and then hit Control V. And then let's expand all of this and go to the very end. And if you remember at the start of this, I said this should be around the 3-second mark, pretty close. So let's hit play. Now, ooh, no, that is not correct. Okay, so we need to figure out what is the issue. We go deselect this and just move the arrowhead along. The problem is that we are going in from the right side and then starting again from the wrong end. Okay, so let's look at the borders. Okay, that makes sense. That is because once we actually copy paste between these, if you remember for the border offset, we are offsetting it by 25, then going minus 25, and then going minus 75. What we actually want to do is continue that rotation. So we are gonna copy paste all of these for the border, Control C, Control V, Control V here. And now it shouldn't do that offset. And now if we hit play, it's gonna go in the opposite direction, which is not what we want. So for minus 75, we're gonna go and say minus 125, minus 125, and then minus 175. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. And then for the border trail, we are gonna do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna select all of these, Control C, go down to the border trail, say show selected, and then for these last ones, hit Control V, and then let's play. And there's still an issue. So the issue is let's delete this. Copy this keyframe. Minus 75. Perfect, okay? For whatever reason, that was a small bug. And then we're just gonna continue and say minus 125 and minus 175. Sorry for the slight delay over there, but either way, like I said, debugging is part of this entire process. Okay, so we have our animation now. The last little piece of magic to bring it all together, and the reason that I did this loop twice and had to do all that math is for the fact that I want to also rotate this main group. So as it makes a loop around, I want this to be at the bottom over here. So at the very end of this, essentially where the final animation is taking place. So let's see, our last ball will be the ball 30, and it will end over here at 120, or 1 second and 25 milliseconds, or 25 frames. And then here, the border trail will finish. So at this location, I want the entire group to rotate. So it's at -50, and I want it to rotate in a anti-clockwise way. Yeah, I want it to rotate anti-clockwise. So to get it from this point, I want to rotate it by -180 degrees. So we're going to say -195. -195. Hit OK. And then let's see. Okay, -195. And then at the very, very end, where the last keyframe comes in, we are going to go back, or we're going to rotate it by an additional 180. So the final one will be -380, I believe. Yes, is that correct? Starts off at -15. So it should be -375. -375. I should have written these down. Okay, but either way, let's play. Okay, not bad. It's not exactly the same as my original one. Let's move the actual playhead or the work area along a bit for it to catch up. Okay, then the last couple of things that I do want to change is I actually want these individual ellipses to be slightly bigger. I do believe they will look better. So we're going to select all of them. We are going to say the width 75 and the height. Oh, so this is a mistake. I do not want to do this in animate mode. I want to do this in design mode. So if I do it in animate mode, it will only do it for those keyframes. So that is an important thing to know. If you want to change something globally and not affect like only a certain keyframe, you want to go back to design. So we're going to say 75 and 75. Hit enter, and then it's animated. Something feels off though. Like maybe it would be better to have the thing rotate in the opposite direction. So currently we're rotating in an anti-clockwise way, which is the same that the ellipses are doing. Let's go the opposite direction. So we're going to say this should be 165. 165. Let's hit enter. And let's see what happens then. Ah, okay, that looks a lot better. And then this one is going to be 345 minus 34. No, actually plus 345. Plus 345. Okay, perfect. And let's hit play. And yeah, that is what I want. And we have our final animation. I hope you enjoyed this process. Sorry for the stumbling at the end. A large part of animation is just tweaking and tweaking until you get right. This is by no means perfect. There's a lot that can change. I would actually have the border, would like the border to be closer, maybe a bit thicker as well. Maybe you can play around with colors. But yeah, that's the aim of this. And part of the project will be for you to make your own progress indicator. So take this, modify it, customize it, or start from scratch and make something completely new. I hope you have fun.